That's it. I will be sending you the recording late if you want to see and watch again at home, okay? Okay, guys, welcome. Thanks a lot. Every time, whenever I do this type of meetings, like open meetings, for new people, I also want to know like about yourself. Where do you come from? About the guitar? If you've been playing guitar before, if you played flamenco before, or if you never played flamenco but you've been playing guitar, classical, electric, acoustic guitar before. So that's open. So if you want to open your mic and let me know a little bit about your history, always is nice for me to know about your guitar history, and know that if all the things that I want to talk about today are really going to be helping yourself since today. So, who want to share the history?
I
Can
can
wait.
go first if anybody.
For sure, Brenda. That's great.
Yeah, I've been playing guitar since I was a kid. I'm about 41 now. But as I gotten older, I've been wanting to expand the styles I play. I'm predominantly play like more American style music, like
Okay.
blues, jazz, stuff like that. And I'm definitely used to using my pick a lot, but I do little finger picking, but I've had an interest to learn, more of the rhythmic patterns and especially like flamenco and rumbas and stuff like that. So
Okay,
it's
great.
just expanding my arsenal.
Great, Brenda. So where do you live? In which part of the US?
California and Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz. Okay, great. Great. Okay, thanks a
Nice.
lot, Brenda. Thanks for coming
Thank
also.
you.
So another one, another person. Yeah. No.
I'll go. Yeah. So I've been trying to teach myself flamenco, going to different YouTube channels. I would not say I'm a good guitarist. I've been playing for a few months, and I'm finding it confusing trying to find a cohesive way to learn. So I'm struggling a bit in terms of where do I begin, right?
Great, Richard. So you've been playing like, let me just know that also guitar for you is new, right? Or you've been playing guitar long time? No, I think that you understand that.
I played guitar when I was very, very young for
Okay,
2 or 3 years, and I
okay,
haven't picked it up. I picked it up again. I I just recently bought myself a guitar
that's great.
about 3, 4 months ago. So I played as a child for about 2 years, and I've been playing for about 3 or 4 months.
That's great. Great, great to know. Thanks, man. Anyone else want to share the history?
I'll go. Hi, Mario. I'm Natalie Quintero. Can you hear me? Because
Yeah,
I'm
I hear
on
you
the road.
perfect. Hello.
Great. I live in Florida. I played guitar when I was in my teenage years. I'm 31 now, but I dance flamenco. Like I'm a bailadora. So
That's
I
great.
saw it kind of popping. I was like, oh, it would be really nice to like play guitar. I have a group of 4 friends. We dance flamenco in Orlando, Florida, and we're trying to kind of be like independent, and so it would be really nice. One of them plays the cajon, and I used to play the guitar, but it's been years, so it would be really cool to kind of pick it up again.
That's great. So Orlando is on my next places to visit in the US because
Oh,
of
nice.
twice a year I go to New York City and I do a student recital with my online students. They move to New York for a weekend, and we rent a house and we spend a full weekend together, and we make a show with together, no, with all the students. And I was supposed to be there like 2 years ago
Oh,
with
nice.
Melissa is another dancer there, right? Melissa.
Melissa. I don't
I,
think I've.
I look her name. I don't remember right now. But
Okay.
also my friend, we just released a book on Amazon like last week, and I made it with my friend Zachary Dello, Diablo Flamenco, and he's a guitarist, flamenco guitarist, and he lives in Orlando, in Florida.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
So I don't remember what's her name? Was Melissa? Flamenco Sur Company. I will look for her. I don't remember right now her name. I will
Yeah,
find.
flamenco. I used to dance for Flamenco del Sol, which was Tamara, but then there's Flamenco del Sur, which is Daniela, like
Daniela,
the
sorry,
director.
Daniela.
Oh, you know Daniela. Oh, okay, yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm originally from Venezuela, so we know a lot of people that are Venezuelan that like
yeah, that's it.
flamenco in the area.
Daniela, I get lost. Great. Okay, so welcome, Natalie. Hope that I can see you sometime later.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely, sounds good.
Anyone else, guys?
Hello.
Hey, James. Nice to meet you, man.
Hi, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you perfectly.
Okay, because I was not sure because a little bit of technical problems. I live in New York City. I'm from New York City,
That's great.
and I have no experience with guitar except I took some classical guitar lessons for about 7, 8 months. That's my most experience with guitar.
You should
But
always.
but I like the music because I've been to Spain several times, Andalusia, and I've seen shows and I followed some flamenco guitarists. Uh, so I want to see what it's about.
That's great. So, which part of Andalusia do you know? Huh?
Córdoba, Granada.
That's great.
I've been down to the south.
Great. Okay. I was born so close to Cordoba in a city called Andújar, but right now I live in Jerez de la Frontera. It's really on the all the way south.
Yeah, I've been there, Jerez de la Frontera.
That's right. Yeah. So it's like we're going to talk about today a little bit of. I will explain you what else we're going to be talking about, but we're going to be talking about a little bit of history of flamenco, just to situate yourself and maybe understand new things. And Jerez, Sevilla, and Morón de la Frontera is like a triangle where so many things happen around flamenco culture. So I will explain that later. Don't worry. Okay, James. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, man. One more person wants to share. Open your mic. Uh, if it's not, we can.
I'm happy to share.
Oh,
My name's Eric. I live in Connecticut in the United States. And I've been playing guitar for 45 years, but I don't play flamenco. And I would love to learn more about it. I play jazz, blues, rock. I studied classical in college and just don't know a whole lot about flamenco style. And I've had a couple students ask about it, and I'm like, I'm not sure. So when I saw your email and information, I said, all right, let me jump into this and I'd love to learn. So
great, man. I also see a lot of guitar behind yourself, like a workshop, right?
yes, I build guitars
That's awesome.
and repair. Yeah, this is a Cordoba. I put a new top on it, new bridge, and
Nice,
reset the neck. Yeah,
nice work, man.
thank you.
Okay, so let's start.
How about yourself?
Sorry.
How about you? What do we know about you?
Yeah,
Tell us a little about you.
yeah, that's true. I'm going to talk right now about myself. You're right, man. So yeah, my name is Mario, guys. Thanks a lot for being here. I have since 2017. I started to create my own like project in which I try to share flamenco with people from all over the world, which is Familia Flamenca Online Academy. Guys, my idea here, I've been doing this type of live meetings open for any person who is not already a student, because at the end I also like to share time and meet new people and meet people who really want to increase their knowledge into flamenco. And I think my not my goal, my so I am here. I think that I am here in the world to really share. At the end, it's not just to teach flamenco and get flamenco guitar. Whenever any new student get into my community and into any of our programs or whatever, at the end is to share like a lifestyle. And maybe, for example, Nathalie is also dancing, and any person who is around the flamenco community, wherever you are living, it's not just to, for sure, you have to learn how to dance, sing, play, whatever you want to learn. But the end is like as much time as I spend teaching flamenco guitar, I think that at the end it's not to learn how to play. It's before that to understand the lifestyle and how to feel the flamenco before playing. Why? Because I realize that most of you, I don't know your situation, but most of you is like have a lot of different books of how to play flamenco guitar, how to learn flamenco guitar for beginners, flamenco guitar exercises, and everything's great. But I saw a lot of people who are learning guitar and they don't know how flamenco sounds. It's like how I'm going to learn how to play something if I don't know how it sounds on my mind. You get that? So like sometimes it's not just to read a score, it's not just to read a tab. It's to understand what is happening inside. about the harmony, about the rhythm, about a little bit the history to know how it sounds and because and why it sounds like it is. Because of there is a lot of things behind this song, no? So my idea today, unless you want anything extra at the end for sure, so it's like help yourself on how to look better on YouTube and what to look for. It's not just to flamenco guitar for beginners. No, I'm going to give you, I think today, a few tips that it's going to help yourself to look for informations and exercises on a better way and save a lot of time and really work on flamenco in a really organized way. Because if you arrive new to flamenco, you will buy us a book from Juan Martin, Juan Serrano, Paco Peña, or Sabicas, or whatever, and you're going to start to learn the first solo piece. And that's nice. Okay, that's nice. But maybe you're going to need a lot of time to make it sound. And after 1 month, you're going to say, it's so freaking difficult, I'm going to stop. And maybe in 1 year, I will be ready to make it happen. Okay, that's what happened to me when I ever get a new student. And that's a 95% message of the person who arrived or want to find a new teacher, no? So I will try to make today to make easier for you the path to follow whenever you want to learn flamenco. Okay, so we want to talk about a few different words to know to understand flamenco in a better way. So we're going to talk also today the harmony, the rhythm, and how to decide which is a nice solo piece for yourself. Okay, makes sense? Do you think that maybe it's something that's going to be helping yourself? That's great. Okay, so let's go into talk. I have here, you will see myself maybe looking here. I have a notebook, yes, to don't forget anything. I have just made a few notations. So we're going to be talking about today, at the beginning, about two different things. Harmony and rhythm. Okay, like really, it doesn't go to be like a really big theory meeting, but I think that just to talk about today a few different harmony and rhythm things are going to help yourself to understand how flamenco works. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing my iPad screen. 1 second. Almost there. You see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. Today is February 2nd, yeah. I will send, it's going to be a PDF, okay, and I will be sending that to you later by email. Maybe for some of you, so any of yourself hands up, okay, that knows nothing about music theory, nothing. It's like, I don't know what is a G, I don't know what is a B. Some of you, just to know, okay? Okay. So please, if you don't understand something, stop myself, open your mic, and I can explain that slowly. Or also, sorry for my English. Sometimes we used to speak so quick in Andalusia, and sometimes for me it's difficult to make you understand myself. So if sometime you need myself to speak slowly, just let me know. Okay, so let's start talking about harmony. Okay. So for me, it's like the most easy thing on flamenco, but it's true that there is something into flamenco harmony that is only happening on flamenco music. Okay, so because of, you will find a lot of different songs, solo pieces, or different flamenco styles that are around minor keys. You will also find a lot of different flamenco songs around major keys. But we also have in flamenco keys. That's the first point. Because of, for example, the usual key E flamenco is the most like the Spanish sequence, no? A minor, G, F, E flamenco. People think that this E chord, it's an E major. No. It's not the same thing. E minor, then E major, then E flamenco. Different keys, different scales, different everything's different. Also the cadences. Okay, so the cadences around the minor or major keys will be like the typical 5-1, dominant and tonic. And if we are into the flamenco keys, our cadences would be the typical Spanish cadence, Andalusian cadence. 4, 3, 2, 1. This one is going to be E flamenco, and it's going to be my tonic. Okay, that's a theory explanation. Okay, let's now stop sharing, and I'm going to be playing guitar for 1 second. So let me move to see my left hand. Yeah, that's it. So as I told you, it's not the same thing E minor. Did you listen to the guitar, right? Is it not the same thing to play a E minor chord, E major, or E flamenco? Okay? Minor, major, flamenco. Okay? People think that this E flamenco chord is the dominant of A minor. It's not true, okay? So for me, my tonic is E flamenco, where my music gets relaxed and solve everything and finish the music. It's on E flamenco. If for some reason I do this chord as a dominant, it's because of I'm not on E flamenco key, I am on A minor. And there are so many different styles that use A minor, like farruca, no? That's my tonic, but that's not a flamenco key, that's A minor key. Okay? So remember that, and you will find like different flamenco songs on all of them free. Okay, so for example, if we are into minor keys, farruca style, it's into minor, milonga, it's on minor, not by memory, but those examples. For example, major keys, alegrías are on major keys, guajira are major keys, colombianas are major keys, and flamenco keys, soleá, bulerías, seguirilla, tangos. Okay? So then right now, for example, so many people ask, but Mario, all the flamenco songs are on flamenco keys? No. Okay, you will find, as I told you, songs on different keys. Okay, minor, major, and flamenco. Okay. As another point, okay, don't want to get you crazy. Do you ever, so some of you know that, like this flamenco key, or maybe most of you think that it was a E major key, or E major chord. So, okay, that's great. So also, as an extra notation, okay, and I don't want you to get crazy about investigating about it, but just to let you know, also into harmony, I'm sharing the screen again, 1 second. So we have like 7. I will be sending this PDF for you, okay? I'm going to make it bigger, just for those of you who really knows about harmony. I'm going to give you new exercises, and that's the Andalusian cadence, okay? Andalusian cadence, okay? So we have like 7 different flamenco keys in total. We have no more, okay? The first one is A flamenco. The next one is E flamenco. The next one is B flamenco. The next one is F sharp flamenco. The next one is C sharp flamenco. G sharp flamenco, and the last one is D sharp. They are going to be our tonics, okay? Then we also have the cadence. Don't worry, I will be sending that to you, okay? Don't try to play and learn and whatever. Don't be in a rush. The cadence of A flamenco is going to be D minor, C major, B flat, and A flamenco. The cadence of E flamenco is going to be the most usual one. A minor, G, F, and E. B flamenco key is going to have the E minor, D major, C, and B. B minor, A, G, and F sharp. Now we have F sharp minor, E major, D major, and C. We have here C sharp minor, B, A, and G. And the last one, it's going to be G sharp minor, F sharp major, E major, and D sharp flamenco. Don't worry, I will be sending that to you, okay? That's maybe something advanced, okay? It's not something that for a beginner makes sense, but just to give you ideas that it's not just to play on E flamenco. So we have like 7 different keys, and depends of the style that you are listening. Some styles use only one flamenco key to play on the guitar, okay? That's maybe something that usually singers don't know, because it's not their job to know about harmony, okay? So what is a flamenco chord? That's really important. Hey Mario, what the hell is a flamenco chord? It's like a major, it's a minor, it's a minor, whatever. If we wanted to explain that on the theory, it's a major chord with a flat 9. So for example, right now I have a A major, but I add a B flat chord, which is going to be, sorry, major, flamenco, major, flamenco. And the cadence on A flamenco, as we read before, is D minor, C major, B flat, and A major, A flamenco, sorry. Okay? So, for example, if I'm going to play the full cadence, I'm going to make myself bigger. 1 second, and you see myself better. My mouse is not working right now. Why? Yeah, no. You see myself bigger right now, right? Okay, so here you see, for example, the 7 cadences would be this one. The first one, A flamenco, D minor, C major, B flat, and A flamenco. The second one, it's E flamenco. The cadence would be A minor, G major, F major, E flamenco. For example, the third one, it's B flamenco, A minor, D major, C major, and B flamenco. And we have 4 extra ones, okay? I don't want to make all of them because it's something more advanced, and I don't want to drive you crazy, but we have in total 7 different keys into flamenco music. And also the minor keys and the major keys, okay? More or less, you get the idea, guys? So what we get right now, like different keys that we use to play flamenco. It's not just always la 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 la. No, there are so many different styles that are using also like minor keys and major keys, and they are also 100% flamenco. Okay? Any question on this point? Open your mic if you want. Okay, if there is no mics, I suppose that everything is okay. Okay, great. So let's go now into the rhythm, and here we are arriving more like into a really more difficult thing. Okay, let me look 1 second on internet. about a website which is called flamencopolis.com. Okay, I'm going to show you it right now. Flamencopolis.com. There we go. Let me show you. Now, do you see the screen, right? Okay. So let me see if I can copy this image. Oh, I can. Let me see. Photos. There we go. I want it on white. No, it's okay. See, 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm going to. %100% live. Okay, live things. Yes, I think it's going to be. Iniciar sesión. Really? Right? So easy. Okay. There we go. Easier. 1 second. Sorry, guys. Just 1 minute. There we go. I want white. There we go. Now. Okay. So we have in flamenco 4 different rhythm families. Okay. So you will find maybe on the internet like so many different ways to divide and organize all the flamenco styles. Okay. So today, not myself, it's something that I learned at the conservatory in Cordoba like a long time ago when I was studying there. We learn like a way in which we divide flamenco styles in 4 different rhythm families. Seguirilla rhythm family, soleá, tangos, and fandango. Okay, those are like the 4 different rhythm families. Okay, so once that we more or less know them, let's talk about the theory of it. Okay, so for example, 1 second, there we go. So we have 4th, okay, we have seguirilla. For example, let's start with tangos. The tangos rhythm family have into itself all the different flamenco styles that are using the 4-beat measure. Okay, like really common on any music style. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a nice rhythm family to start playing flamenco because of you can start learning flamenco guitar with not taking care about the rhythm because it's a really common rhythm pattern. Okay, like rock use, blues, jazz, and like I think that 90% of the music in the world it's on 4/4 measure. Okay. So nice styles here to start work and learning guitar. For example, I like tientos. Also tangos is a nice style. Okay, that's tangos, 4/4 measure. So we also have the second group, could be for example fandango. Remember that into fandangos and into tangos and fandangos, there are also a lot of different styles into this group. I'm not talking about fandango as a style. I'm talking right now as a rhythm family, in which you can find fandango, malagueña, granadina, minera, tarantan, and a lot of different ones. We will go again back to this map, and we are going to analyze some of those styles. Okay, later. So fandangos. We will find into fandango's rhythm family all the styles that use the 3-beat measure. Okay, really typical. Okay, like 1, 2, and 3, and the accent on the first. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We will also be playing some examples of all of them later. Okay. We also have as another rhythm family the solea. And be careful here because we are getting into like a really flamenco way of play, because of solea use a 12-beat measure. Okay. And here I wasn't supposed to do that, but I'm going to share with you part of my book. Okay, and we're going to use that. So you can look for it in Amazon. I'm not selling, but I'm going to use it to start to understand better. That's it. Okay, let me make a photo of that, and I can paint on it. So here we have like a 12-beat measure. Okay, in which we have the accents. One second. Yeah. So we have the accents on the beat number 3, on the 6, on the 8, the 10th, and the 12th. I think that it's something that just happened on flamenco. I've never found any other music culture, music art, in which we have a 12-beat measure in which we have the accents on the 3rd, 6th, 8, 10, and 12. Okay. I like solea to start learning flamenco because of it so slowly. And maybe it's difficult because of the rhythm pattern, is we are not used to play on a 12-beat measure, but because of it so slowly, it's a nice style to start learning and playing flamenco guitar. Okay, my recommendation here is to use solea as a first solo piece, as a first style to get into flamenco guitar. Okay, and also you can find a lot of different materials of for example, Paco Peña, also Juan Serrano, Juan Martin has a lot of old school stuff that is really nice. Okay. Okay, remember I'm going to write down here that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And the accents are on the 3, 6, 8, 10, and 12. Okay. If we do claps, okay, when we're practicing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3. Okay, if I sing, I'm not a singer, okay. 10, 11, 12. Fueron 4 puntalitos. 10, 11, 12. Lo que sostiene a Triana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Que sostienen a Triana. 12. Lo que sostiene a Triana. Okay. As I told you, it's not easy to get used to this rhythm pattern, but because of it so slowly, you can start learning the fingering and how to play like any easy piece, and you will be learning fingering techniques at the same time that you are getting into a really deep flamenco rhythm pattern. Okay. So now the last one. One second. And the last one is a seguirilla. Okay. It's not a beginner style, okay, please. It's also a 12-beat measure. but they call that the broken measure. And why? Because of, if you see here, also I forgot to do something, okay? Also, there is a really quick explanation. The 12 into the, let's go back into the soleá, okay? So sometimes to make it easier to understand it, we move and we feel that the 12 beat usually is our first one. So our 12, it's like for us, a 12 beat is like a nice moment to start counting and start playing, okay? It's like a really big and important moment into the rhythm pattern, okay? So we have the 12 beat inside. Have a look what happened. If we delete the 12 beat from here, we have a pattern in which we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You see it, right? So what happens if we go into seguirilla? And the last one, okay? As I told you, we also have 12 beats. But it's the broken one because of, instead of be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. This one is supposed to be here, but it's at the end, okay? That's the only thing, okay? I'm going to give you an example. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, tan, taka, taka, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Also we can say 1 and 2 and 3, taka, taka, 4, taka, taka, 5, and 1 and 2, 3, taka, taka, 4, taka, taka, 5, and 1 and 2 and 3. Okay? That's not easy, okay guys? Also for me sometimes, when I have a show for the first time with a dancer, with a singer, it's not sometimes easy to feed a sort of seguirilla pattern with a person who you meet for the first time on a show, okay? So until now, we talk about the rhythms and we talk about the harmony. What's going to help? It is going to be helping yourself since now because of, once that you get used to that, for example, alegrías, use major keys and 12-beat measure. So if you don't know the style, maybe just by listening to the song, if you recognize that it's on a 12-beat measure and it's also on a 12, and it's also on major key, you will know that it's alegría. Soleá, it's on flamenco keys and 12-beat measure. Bolería, it's on a quick 12-beat measure and flamenco keys. So it's going to help yourself also to identify which style are you listening to. Okay, so let's make a quick example just to let you know how it sounds. I'm going to use the capo highs because it's so cold here and didn't warm it up, and you know, I spent. So let me go one by one, so don't forget. Okay, tangos, for example. I'm going to play tangos, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. That's a quick style, but I can play also tientos, which is also in 4-beat measure, but slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's more also on 4-beat measure, but slowly. Also, for example, farruca. It's on 4-beat measure, but on minor key. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here I'm doing an example in which I play 4-beat measure, flamenco keys and minor keys, different styles. Okay, that's tango's group, tango's rhythm family. Okay, let's go to fandango, and then we're going to find all the 3-beat measure styles. For example, fandango. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Maybe fandango is the closest style to the Spanish traditional music. Flamenco get into the history after Spanish traditional music, no? So it's like there is a moment in which artists from the moment start doing like more difficult repertoire, which is not into the traditional music of Spain, and it's getting into a different style with a time that gets more difficult and more deep, no? So fandango is the closest style to this folkloric and traditional music style that we have in Spain a long time ago. Okay. There is also fandangos into this group, malagueñas, also taranta, granaína, sevillanas, verdiales. Okay. It's like, for me, like fandango group in general, all of those styles into this family are like really close to the traditional music of Spain. Okay. Also, fandango is a nice style to start learning guitar. It's quick, be careful. Maybe it's easy, but it's also on a quick, on a high speed. Maybe it's going to take you time to play on a normal rhythm, but it's also a nice rhythm pattern to learn. Okay. Then we get into solea, the first 12-beat measure. Okay, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. We can find a lot of different old school. Solea for me is the best style to get into flamenco guitar. Why? Because you can find really old school stuff which is so easy to finger and to learn. For example, this one. It's really easy. Any beginner, like really beginner person, can learn that. And at the same time that you are improving all your technique skills, you are also getting into the flamenco sound and techniques and repertoire. Okay, that's the solea. And let's get into the seguirilla, which is the last one. Okay, seguirilla usually it's on A flamenco, D minor, C major, B flat, and A flamenco. Okay, and remember that it's a broken, also 12-beat measure, but on a broken. We may change the order. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1, 2 and 3, taka taka taka. On this 12-beat, but we change the order, okay, a little bit from the solea style. Okay, make sense, guys? Any question at this point? If you want to open your mic and ask something, would be awesome. I spend much time talking. About the harmony, let me see my notes.
Mario, did you say that the fandango is like probably a good point to start with rhythmic patterns?
Yeah, fandango is nice. For example, for yourself who come from like electric guitar maybe for a long time, maybe if you came from electric guitar, there will be like so many different fingering things that you have to take care about at the beginning, no? So fandango is nice. For me, fandangos and solea are like the best. Both of them used to use the E flamenco key, because fandangos normally the key also change depends of the singer. But if we are talking about solo guitar, traditionally fandangos and solea use E flamenco key. Maybe if you want to take a decision, you have to think it's like, okay, if I learn solea, I will learn E flamenco key, and also will get into the 12-beat measure, or I prefer to stay on fandango, learn the E flamenco key, or stay on a 3-beat measure. Okay.
Okay.
Also, fandango is a little bit more quick, like on a normal speed, it's so quick, and solea is slowly. Okay. Something else, guys? So I'm going to share with you like just right now. For me, it's like, what do you have to look for on YouTube? Okay, it's like not solo piece or solea flamenco for beginners. No, because you will find like 1,000 of different videos. Okay, so it's like I'm going to let you know what do you have to tap on YouTube just to find what you want to learn. Okay, we're going to be talking about today about 2 words. Okay. Let me share with you the screen again. There we go. So first of all, you have to choose the style, okay? So it's not flamenco guitar for beginners, no. First of all, once that we talk and arrive to this point, you have to choose the style that you want to learn, okay? Nice styles to start working and learning flamenco guitar. I love solea. Fandango is nice also. And tientos is also nice. Okay? Usually once that you choose a style, right now the next step is to choose the solo piece. It's a nice option, for sure. It's always nice. But it's going to take you a long time. So for me the second step is not to choose a full solo piece, because to make it sound, it's going to take you a long time. And maybe most of you, I don't know your situation because we didn't talk about it, but have work, family, kids, or you ride a horse, you ride a bike, you have a dog that you have to go out to work. No, so I don't want yourself to spend 6 months to learn a solo piece. Okay, how can we make our guitar sound more or less quick? We always need time for sure, but on a better way and on a more quickly way. We have to combine 2 different things. Falsetas and rhythm patterns. That's the secret for myself. Why? I'm going to share with you. Falseta, I'm going to, like a quick definition, is a small melody, not rhythm, melody section. About 20 seconds, 15 seconds sometimes. It's like a riff. Makes sense? Like a riff into electric guitar or jazz or blues or electric. I don't know exactly in which style, but the main riff, okay? So we use falseta to give a break for the singer and the dancers, okay? So, and usually solo pieces are combination of a group of falsetas. So for example, if we go over here, I'm going to look for a tab that I have here for an student. Yeah, Zapatero Juan Martin. No, it's not a sample of that. Yes, Antonio Paco Peña. Here we have. That's great. That's a Solea by Paco Peña. It's a nice Solea to start practicing and learning flamenco. So if you see, we have here S1, S2, S3, S4. I call sections, but I can also call falseta. Falseta 1, falseta 2, falseta 3, falseta 4. So whenever we listen a solo piece, At the end, we are listening like a combination of different falsettas. For example, if I go to Llanto Cádiz, which is Atiento by Paco de Lucía, we have a few different, like a big introduction, okay, rhythm. Compás means rhythm also in Spanish, okay, compás, rhythm. And here, if you see, we arrive to the first falsetta. So all these things like that, an introduction of different rhythm patterns, and then we have the first falsetta here, all the way here, all the way here, and I think at the end of the page, that's a closed section for this falsetta, and we have here the second falsetta. So what's happening into a solo piece? A solo piece in flamenco, most of them used to be a combination of different falsettas with different rhythm patterns inside. So I go back to our notes, and what do you need to know to start playing flamenco and really learn flamenco? You just need to know at least 3 falsettas and 3 rhythm patterns of each style. So let's make a quick example. Okay, if we're learning Soleá and we learn the falsetta 1, falsetta 2, and falsetta 3, and we also know an introduction, imagine an intro, and we also learn a rhythm pattern number 1, rhythm pattern number 2, and rhythm pattern number 3. If you see what I'm doing, it's a solo piece with an introduction, melody section, chord section, melody section, chord and rhythm section, melody section, and chord and rhythm section. That's a solo piece. Make sense, guys? Do you understand that? You get the idea? And now my pro tip, and that's something that I realize with all my students. I love to practice techniques at the same time that I practice repertoire. So unless you have 4 or 5 hours a day, which sometimes happen, you can divide your study time, practice time, and 1 hour, 1 hour and a half by practicing techniques, and then 2 hours, 3 hours practicing repertoire. But usually it's not the most usual situation, okay? Most of us have 1 hour a day to practice, 2 hours a day to practice maximum. So I don't want yourself to spend 1 hour just doing freaking exercises of and I prefer yourself to practice all the flamenco techniques directly with the repertoire. So for example, just to give you a quick example, instead of practice imagine arpeggio, I love to work on techniques, but sometimes we don't have much time to spend on practicing all the things that we want to practice. So instead of practice this arpeggio technique, which is nice, but you're not working your music skills and your learning and your feeling, okay? I prefer you to work, for example, on this arpeggio sequence of Soleá. Or Alegría. So here it's like you have to take a decision if it's like, and I have a sentence that I always use, it's like you learn to play flamenco by practicing flamenco. You don't learn to play flamenco by practicing techniques. That's my sentence, and it makes a lot of sense. And as soon as you make a person to change their mind, you will start practicing flamenco since day 1. It's to find like the sections and the solo piece that really are on your level and that are going to help yourself to improve, but it's not so much more difficult than your actual level. Okay? But there are a lot of different exercises to start working on flamenco. So, once we talk about it, what if instead of look for just, let me share with you again, I told you to find at least 3 falsettas of each style and 3 different rhythm patterns of each style. So for example, if we are in Soleá, okay? We can say to YouTube, falsetta 1, okay? Beginners, Soleá, falsetta, by using arpeggio. The second falseta, beginner solea falseta by using thumb technique. And the third falseta, beginner solea falseta by using rasgueo, for example, strumming, okay? What's happening here? We are learning the style, we are learning a solo piece, at the same time that we are working on arpeggio technique, thumb technique, and rasgueo technique. It's like a Walmart offer, free just for one. Okay, it's like you're working on 3 different things just by using one exercise. At this case, you are using the first falseta. You are going to be working on arpeggio. You are going to be working on your solea skills. You will be working your rhythm skills and your technique skills. And it's so much more fun than just practicing a crazy arpeggio exercise that for sure is going to help yourself, but it's not helping your flamenco skills. At the end, you want to be able to make your guitar sound flamenco as soon as you can. Because if you spend 3 months to make it sound, maybe you are going to stop practicing and you are going to say, oh, it's still so difficult for me. And flamenco is so difficult just for people who knows a lot about guitar, and it's not true. I have people that never played guitar before, and in 1 month they are practicing solea, 100%. And it's possible, 100%, okay? Makes sense, guys? So, for example, I'm going to make you another example of solea, just to let you know what it is. I'm going to be improvising, like not improvising, I know them. Like I will be combining like 3 falsetas and 3 rhythm patterns. Really easy. Okay, once just to let you know how it works. For example, falseta 1 by using introduction for an arpeggio. 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. And repeat it. Rhythm pattern 1. Falseta second. Rhythm pattern 4. Next falseta. Rhythm pattern. Falseta. If you see I'm combining melody and chord, melody and chords, falseta, rhythm patterns, falseta, rhythm patterns, okay? For me, it's like, and also it's what I do. For example, my job as a guitarist, whenever I go to a show or to a tablao or wherever I go to play, my job is at least to know 3 or 4 falsetas on each style and also rhythm patterns to be able to accompany and to play, have a small idea of each style, okay? So for example, solea, I have a lot of different falsetas, but it's like, I always have like my 3 falsetas, which is like a toolbox. It's like, I know that I open the box and I have like 3 falsetas of each style that I can play with my guitar, with your guitar, with a free string guitar, with drunk, no drunk. It's like, it doesn't matter my situation. It's like, I know that I have maybe 20, but I have my 2 or 3 falsetas of each style, which I use on any situation. They work always, okay? And it's like to change your mind. It's like, okay, since today, I know that whenever I sit down and someone tell me, hey, Mario, I want to play solea, I know that I'm going to be using those 3 falsetas. You play alegrías, and I have 3 falsetas. Tangos, 3 falsetas. Fandangos, 3 falsetas. And you don't need a full solo piece, which is maybe a combination of 7 falsetas. And it's going to take you a long time to learn and to work on. Okay? Make sense, guys? Any question? Something else? Do you want to ask something? About the harmony or maybe anything else that you want to listen about? So we go, let me review if I missed something, but I don't think so. Yeah, we talk about the harmony, we talk about the rhythm, we talk about how to choose a style, and that maybe it's not the best option to start working on a solo piece since the beginning. Just to choose, as I told you, tap on YouTube, look for you in YouTube, beginner's falsetta for solea, using arpeggio. Beginner's falsetta, solea, arpeggio, picado, or whatever. Okay? Yeah, Elias, open your mic, man.
Yeah.
Eric.
I think you just took the mystery out of this. Like, you explained that so clearly. And for the longest time, I would look at, I do have a couple DVDs by Juan Serrano and Juan Martin, um, and I would look at that stuff and just go, yeah, I'm never going to get this. But just the way you explain that, take, you know, the little pieces, the falsettas, it makes so much sense. And 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 then also the various rhythmic styles. I thought everything was in 12, and I was just like, I'm never going to be able to count that like that. So I really appreciate this. You really took a lot of mystery out of it, and I think make it a little more accessible in these smaller chunks.
For sure, it's like at the end to understand that because of so many people ask, Mario, but they want to learn an exercise. No, sometimes just we spend here less than an hour. It's like a small things that really are going to help yourself to situate yourself into the flamenco environment and analyze in a better way what do you want to be doing and which step to follow to really understand what you are practicing. Because of that's like the biggest and the main problem and situation that I found with people that don't live and don't know like the flamenco environment, not that maybe live here or maybe live in the US or wherever you all live, but have no access to a flamenco community. Because if at the end, if you are into a flamenco dance school accompanying the lessons, or if you are with some friends doing flamenco, you know something, the other friend knows something, and when you go together, it's like a mix of things, and you learn things by playing in a community. But most of people don't have a community close to them, and I know that it's difficult to understand because it's also happened to myself. Because of whenever, for example, a new guitarist, like a really modern flamenco guitarist, make and record it a new CD, sometimes also it's difficult to us to understand what is happening inside. Okay, for example, you can listen like Danny de Moron. He's a really young, more or less really young guitarist, and really modern, but also at the same time he tried to keep using his old style, and his old grandfather, grandmother, all of his family was artists. So sometimes, as I told you, it's difficult for us to identify and understand what is happening on the flamenco environment, also here in Spain. Okay, and we are really into the stages, playing on tablao, shows, rehearsing, and traveling all around the world, and it's not easy sometimes for us. Okay, but it's like, yeah, for me was whenever I gave my first one-on-one lesson in 2012. And, I was in a US tour in New York City, Pennsylvania, Maryland, and also Florida. When I got back from the tour to Spain, I had my first online student. And he told me that he has around 20 different flamenco books. It's like, oh my God, I don't have 20 books. It's like 20. It's like, maybe here 7 or 8. And for me, it's a lot. It's like, because I don't use them just whenever, only when I need something special. Okay, when I want to learn something from Paco de Lucia, Paco, yeah, Moraito, like have 7 or 8 ones. And for me, it's crazy when a person have around 20 guitar books, but they don't play guitar. It's like, what the hell you are doing? It's like you have a lot of books, which is nice. For me, it's like I just released a book on Amazon, and that's great for me to have silence and whatever. But at the end, it's like you don't need to have a lot of books to start working on flamenco. Because Mario, also you will find a lot of explanations on internet that flamenco harmony comes from the Greek modes. Okay, you will find a lot of information about that. I don't know if it's true or not, but my question is, I really need to know about the Greek modes to play flamenco? I don't think so. So if you need theory, if you know history, always is great. I spent 15 years in the conservatory, and I know the theory, I know the music, I know everything. But at the end, it's like, whenever I'm teaching or sharing what I know, I don't want to spend 2 hours talking about harmony. Harmony is so easy. Minor keys, major keys, and flamenco keys, and let's go. Mario, but I want to know the scale that I need to. You don't need to know the scale in flamenco. We are not improvising. We're not in jazz, blues, guitar. You don't need to know scales. I improvise, yes. I can do some rumba stuff and I can improvise around rumba stuff on my gigs or when I'm also composing. It's nice to know the harmony for sure. But right now, I want all of you to be playing flamenco in 1 month. In 2 weeks. It's like at least a really easy exercise. And you don't want yourself to spend hours thinking about which is a minor scale, which has a 7th grade with a sharp. Let's play flamenco. It's like, remember one sentence. You learn to play flamenco by practicing flamenco. That's, for me, it's like the summary of everything. So that's my thing, guys. More or less the thing that I want to explain today. And as I told you, to make it easy, the path to follow is like go on YouTube, or if you have the teacher, that's great. But just to, since now it's not to go on YouTube and say, learn how to play flamenco guitar. Oh, crazy. You will find my program, you will find the program of the main error, and you're going to find like 1,000 different programs online, no? So it's to look for the things on a more clear way. Okay, you need 3 falsettas and 3 rhythm patterns of each style. You just have to decide which style to use at the beginning. Solea, it's nice, and tiento is nice. So it's like, for example, if you're really organized, okay, try to, it's like also to create your own environment. For example, from January to February, I will be around listening Solea. And you will be listening the style, you will listen singers, you will see dancers, and you will get into the Solea environment by learning 3 falsettas and 3 rhythm patterns. March and April, for example, tangos. May and June, for example, fandangos. And each 2 months, you are getting into a new style. Okay? That's something that is not possible for a solo piece. Because a solo piece, maybe you spend 3, 4, 6, 5 months on learning the full thing, and you are just making it happen just to learn one style. But in the other way, if you spend like each 2 months by learning 3 falsettas and 3 rhythm patterns, it's just enough to get into the environment and to get like a really flamenco knowledge for yourself. Okay? Makes sense? Any question, guys? Anything else? Anything that you want to ask about their styles? Let me share with you 1 second the big map of flamenco of the different styles, which I missed to share with you on a more relaxed way before. 1 second. You can see this picture into the website that I told you before, flamencopolis.com. It was created by the teacher that I had in the conservatory. He's a really famous flamencologist here in Spain. His name is Faustino Núñez. And he made this way to organize all the styles, which I like a lot. And for example, if we are into Solea, okay, which is one of the groups, you can see inside that Bulerías is into Solea, Alegrías also use, Caña, Polo, Bulerías por Solea, Mirabrás, Rosa, Romera, Pregones, Caracoles. All those are different styles that are into the Solea rhythm family. Okay? The same thing happened, for example, to Fandango. Fandango is a main group, but we also have inside Taranta style, Malagueña style, Granaína styles, Murciana, Levantica, Ferreña, Cartagenera, Rondeña, Verdial. Okay? They are not less important. They are all of them as much important as the other one, but it's just a way to situate and organize them. Okay? The same thing, for example, tangos. We have the tango rhythm family, and we have inside farruca, we saw the example, we have rumba, garrotín, tientos, zapateado, colombiana, milonga, really beautiful style, okay? Zambra also, and Mariana, I love Mariana. And seguirilla style, we have into tonás, serrana, guajiras also. If you see, for example, in this case, guajira is in the middle because it gets something by here, it gets also by here, it gets something by here, it gets something by here. It's a mapping which is, you can see also the different influences that each style has. Okay? Cabales, Yedebla. These styles here, those group, are styles that are just singing with no guitar, for example. That use the seguirilla rhythm family. Okay? And if you see in the middle, what is traditional music? As I told you, flamenco get into the history after Spanish traditional music. Okay, once as artists from the moment get started to do things more difficult, they started to create the flamenco variation of the Spanish music. Okay? So as I told you, here you have a lot of different styles. But as I told you, a good way to start could be to choose get into Soleá, get into YouTube, okay? Soleá and Fandango are nice styles to start working on, okay? And tap free falsetas and free rhythm patterns. Okay, for me, that's a secret. And that's the best way to make your guitar sounds flamenco in... Guys, it's like, here there is old school falsetas in which you can be playing flamenco in one day. Really beginner, really easy for sure, it's not the most difficult thing. But sometimes a really easy thing is to help yourself and situate yourself into the rhythm feeling and the groove. And there is a word that you use in flamenco which is soniquete. Soniquete means groove. It's like groove, like swing, like get into the how the style works. Okay. That's it, guys. Any question? Anything that you want to ask before we leave? Okay.
No,
So
just thank you, Mario. That was a really good explanation and a really good foundation, honestly, because I think a lot of us were a little lost as to where to start, you know.
thanks a lot. So I think that with the time, you know, I came from the conservatory and I get the full degree here in Spain, and I know music, I know the harmony, I know the Bach, Beethoven, like all those theory things, which is also really helpful for us to learn how the music, you know, in general works. But also when I went to Berkeley School of Music in Valencia and also Spain in New York City studying with some blues and jazz guitarists, when I realized that it's like, we don't need so many things to play. For sure, as many things you know and as many things you practice and study, that's awesome for yourself. But at the end, we want to play. It's like, I want to make my guitar sound as quick as I can to be happy and feel that I'm learning on a good way, you know? So, and with the time you learn how to explain the things easy, because also for me, I'm not a nice harmony guitarist. So, I know my harmony things that I need to know to play and a little bit extra, but I cannot go and say, I'm going to explain harmony. No, I'm not a really harmony guitarist, because at the end I didn't use a harmony for not many things. I compose, I try to give like, you know, I need the harmony, but not in a really deep way, as for example, Joe Renda, who plays blues or jazz. That's another point. We improvise in flamenco, yes, but we improvise, for example, at the moment, on the second, when I accompany a singer, and I improvise which falsetto I play. But I already practice the falsetto at home. But we improvise which one I use. Depends of how I feel, depends of what the singer is singing, and depends of the environment. I can play a more difficult falsetto if there is a nice sound equipment, or if it's no mic show, I will play like those falsettos that I know that always work with no matter the environment in which I am. Okay, so we don't improvise. We improvise, okay, when sometimes we have fun on shows, on gigs, and we do improvisation as blues guitar, but on flamenco, like flamenco 100%, we don't improvise the music. We improvise when I use all the details and the things that I already practice at home. Okay? Unless you play a solo piece. If I play a solo piece, it always has the same structure, no? But if I am accompanying singers or dancers, which is like the main goal of the guitarist, flamenco guitarist, because flamenco guitar was born to accompany singers and dancers, no? And I improvise what I play and in which moment I play it, okay? Anything else, guys? Any question? Okay. So I'm going to stop the recording because I told you on the emails